Was that not?
I thought we had to do the clap up. No, we're not doing it twice. Right. Welcome to the Master and the Noob
Hello.
podcast video thing.
I'm the noob.
I'm the Master.
Was that
So,
enough?
yeah, that was
time for the
that was the gap
the
for the
logo.
thing. Yeah. So today's episode. How did you enjoy the last episode? I was going to have my notes out, by the way, but I have forgot. So sozzard.
Notes?
You know what things that people have said to us and stuff. There's been some like feedbacks and that.
I found me book as well. He didn't hide it from us.
So we have something to talk about, don't we?
We
this
do.
Time. We've seen a thing. Tell me about the thing you've seen while I check this.
I saw and
Advert?
it was an advert for a tattooing course for apprentices, or like prospective apprentices. People who want to be apprentices, they can go in this like online course with this established tattoo artist and they'll critique their work. And it was like £40 for a slot. And I was just thinking, like, is that
fair?
Is it exploitative? Is it helpful?
What jink? What you jink?
I mean, it's always good getting your work critiqued from established artists.
What?
It's always good getting your work critiqued.
Sorry, I was just going to read through this first. Actually, I will go back to that. Because I've just found the notes that I was going to get. Oh no, should we talk about that first? Oh God,
just do this.
Okay, so last episode we talked about itchy tattoos, and I actually had a little bit of a blowout of food, right? You know how I'm so healthy normally, and I only eat like meat and that, and animal products, and I feel like and look like an Adonis the whole time because of that. Well, I had some chicken wine. That
Yes.
bottle that I had before,
yes.
Chicken wine. I had that again. And I had some flake ice cream.
And you had a whole thing of tea cakes.
And I had a full like box of tea cakes, right? And then this tattoo, the tattoo that I said never raised. So I'm more go out there and say that it's more to do with like your diet, or not necessarily just your diet, but allergens maybe. Maybe you change your washing powder and it raises rather than it being hot. Because we also talked about when it was hot in summer, Sophie's sometimes raises. But winter's hotter than summer inside. Because like, say if you go to like a shopping centre, they've got the heating on and you're in your hot clothes. So you're going in there and being hotter than you are normally in summer. So I don't know if it's the temperature. I could see how the sun would blare on it and then make it raise because the black absorbs the sun. But I wonder if it's like, say, you have an ice pop like we were saying the other day, or something that you never normally eat in the winter that would make it raise in summer. Maybe it's not the heat.
If I had access to ice pops all year round, I would have them all year round, though.
You do have access to them all year round?
No, if they were in the freezer.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, because you live at home and your mum provides them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hi, Sophie's mum again.
Hi.
She says hello to the TV, even when she watches the podcast twice. She says it both times. Did she just do it then?
She'll do it twice again. Yes, this time.
So someone said about the last podcast. Someone said, "I'd love to see your Minecraft world." Well, he actually said you are a Minecraft world, but that's not how you spell. But that's fine. Love to see your Minecraft world, and I said, "Well, it is." What did I write back? I forgot now.
I don't know.
It's exquisite.
It's exquisite.
Got some good houses on there. Like someone, that was Alexander McGorlick who said that. Remo Gazin said, Kurosumi is made by World Famous, apparently. So you both would be safe then, wink face. And I'm like, is that true? Like, because I'm talking about like 15 years ago or something.
Mm-hmm.
So have they bought them now? Or are they the same company? Is World Famous made by the same thing or not? I'm not sure. But he says if you download a MSDS sheet for the new REACH compliant ink from Kurosumi, there's an address, and the address is the same.
That's a lot of words.
Allegedly. Mark Thompson said, I don't have a tattoo where the lines don't raise. I don't have a tattoo where the lines don't raise and get itchy, either with heat or with agitation.
So all of his tattoos are raised.
Okay. Like I can brush past a door or something and then the lines will get angry and swell and start itching. I've been tattooed by multiple people, many different machines, needles and ink. I think I always explain it to customers. It's not an exact science. We are putting ink in the skin with a bit of sharp metal. To expect the process not to scar in some way is unrealistic. Obviously, we do our best not to f people up by not overworking the skin. As we know, overworking the skin... What? But there is no way of knowing how a stranger's skin is going to react. I think that's kind of partly true. But
ask him if he's a vegan.
Yeah, Mark, just eat me, bro. He's skinny, like, so he's probably a vegan, isn't he? I don't know if he is a vegan. Sorry, vegans. Look, I can't not offend someone, right? I'm just gonna vegans aren't being as angry now. They're not complaining yet. So it's like,
yeah,
we can say them still for now.
Do you think some people could just have like the skin where it reacts, like their blood type's weird or something?
Well, it could be. Yeah, I think it's not necessarily their blood type, but I think it's like that. Now I'm starting to think it is like the stuff that's in you based on what's already in you. You put ink in you, and the stuff that's already in you. If you've got too much of a certain toxin, it's going to be like, oh, we're topped off, and it's going to go like, well, we need to like release this. We need to release this thing now because we've got too much like mercury. Let's push it out of the closest spot. And there's a tattoo there, maybe. I don't know. I'm guessing the thing, but yeah. So I don't know. Anyway, JJ said, the way this world's going, this show is just going to be a long, continuous string of random words with buzzes. I love it. Yes, it is. And we're not going to say the other word anymore, but we're over that now. So don't, if you're looking for that, just, we're not going to say it. So just chill out. We've now got 87 subscribers.
Ooh, close to the 100 subscriber special.
What we're going to do in the 100 subscriber special, then have you decided yet?
I don't know.
I'm sure we had 88 for a day. But there's one person
definitely get people unsubscribing.
Oh yeah, for sure. The way we go on. Yeah. 87 subscribers, so we're going to have a 100 subscriber special. What do you think we should do for the 100 subscriber special? I was thinking we could make Sophie eat 100 raw quail eggs with the shell on.
I'm just not going to do that.
Why not? Do you not appreciate our subscribers?
No, not enough to eat 100 raw quail eggs with the shell on.
I'll do it. I'll eat 100 quail eggs with the shell on then.
Right, we're going to talk about the topic at hand.
We can do if you want. What was it again? Oh, that
Yes, because you were considering doing a course for prospective tattoo artists, weren't you?
No.
Oh.
I was going to do a masterclass thing.
Yes,
that was my idea.
That was it.
It's a different thing entirely, but kind of the same thing.
It's a tattooing course.
Mine was my idea. This was years ago now. I had this idea of having people come and I would have them in the studio doing things and I would tell them what they're doing, what they could do better. And they'd pay me a lot of money to be told that stuff. Mm-hmm. And the amount of money wasn't to make the money, it was to make them take it seriously. I was going to put a decent price on it because at that time I was doing it a lot. Everything was really fresh in my mind and I was I wanted to push that, teaching and that, so I wanted to do that. And I had a few people interested, but then it's I kind of lost it a little bit in the meantime. Had a bit of a bad time around then and it kind of died a bit, but Well, I think that's different. It's it was a masterclass. That's someone who's already good and is plateaued or something like that, and they want to get to that next level. They've already got clients, they've already doing decent work. I was going to have a minimum quality. It was going to be I would have to see if you're
Oh, so you'd select
yeah. I didn't want to just take someone's money just because they wanted to learn. I wanted to take someone's money who I knew I could deliver.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With that kind of thing, I don't know if that's that. That seems like there's a lot of people want to be tattooists.
Yeah.
And they're willing to pay, or their parents are willing to pay for a course to come and do it. Mm-hmm. So them charging you 40 quid to critique one of your pieces or something, just send it to us. I'll critique it for free.
Yeah.
How about that?
Would be good content for this, to be fair.
Yeah. So I will actually be up for that though, doing some critiques, some solicited critiques, never mind unsolicited. Yeah. I'll do some solicited critiques for sure.
But you have to listen to us.
You don't have to listen to us. You just have to give us 43 quid. No, it was 43 quid, wasn't it? And I'm well, I'll do it for 42 quid. How about that? Why such a random amount? What have you decided off that?
Do you think it's probably calculated on hourly? Because I think that it was for 2 or 3 hours, this thing.
But what, is it going to be multiple people come on and get critiqued online?
I think it was 10 people in this online classroom. And it was going to be her and a guest artist critiquing. You had to draw something for it, and they'd critique it and also tell you the crack, a day in the life of a studio, I guess. A busy studio.
I've got nothing against it though. Like if she wants to do that, and if people want to pay it, then yeah, fine, crack on in it. I'm not judging it as in like saying you're right or wrong to do that. Like it's just it's a choice, isn't it?
There's a lot of these courses though.
But yeah, there's a lot, and it's like kind of does seem a little bit like a money grab, doesn't it? At the same time,
because after I'd come here and like obviously was searching more about tattooing, and like tattooing was in me cookies in me computer, and like I was getting adverts for tattooing stuff more.
Oh right, okay.
And I got tattooing courses like all the time on Facebook and that, and they're like 6-week courses. But you said that you'd be less inclined to take someone on who's done one of these courses.
Yeah, probably. I don't know though. Like at the same time, I said this to my brother's like ex-girlfriend. She wanted to be a photographer, and I'm saying like, so what are you doing then for it? Are you going out and taking photos and that? She goes, oh, I'm going to college. Like, have you got your camera with you now? Like, no. When was the last time you took photos? And it's like, for college. Right. And I'm like, think about it like this, right? You're a magazine, or you're some person who's going to pay a photographer to do some photos. And you've got two. One of them has been to college and got like a degree in photography, and the other one's consistently taking better photos every time.
Yeah.
Who are you going to employ? It's like when it's about that, you're going to employ the person who's got the quality thing. So if they've done a course and their work's mint, then yeah, like I don't think it would make a huge difference. But if there's two people who are the same quality and one's done the course and one hasn't, I'm probably going to take the one who hasn't.
Right.
Because they're going to be easy to teach. I'm not going to have to unteach them some things, And I think there'll be a fair few studios that would be the same. I don't think there's many studios who are going to be like, oh, you've done a tattoo course. Nice.
Yeah, they're going to be like a tattoo course.
Yeah, most of them are going to be like that. I think it'd be very unlikely, unless it's like they've done the tattoo course and you've done their course, then maybe like I could see that working a bit. But
because I feel like the people who are teaching the course won't be tattoo artists. Like, because when I went to uni, I did a degree in animation, and like some of the lecturers weren't animators, or like, but I mean, I suppose there's different modules and stuff. Don't go to uni.
yeah, it's a waste of your time. Depends
like,
on what you're learning, obviously. But for art, I think art, like uni, it's more like, well, I've not done it, obviously, but from what I hear, it's like all theory. You've got to learn about what this other artist did and that. It's like, I think all school to do with art should be like, here's some crayons or pencils or paints or whatever. Here's how to do things with them. Now play. Yeah. And then if you go and do that, you're going to be like, oh, excuse me, do you know how to... Oh, mace, sir, whatever. Sir. Trur. How do you do...
Sir.
How do you do this thing? And then the teacher's going to be like... Honestly, I think if the kid's like, how do you do this with this... I don't know, medium.
Charcoal.
And the teacher doesn't even know. If they're an artist who can teach things, they're going to be like, I don't know, let's try this, let's try that, let's try this. And they're going to be able to figure something out. And the teacher may even learn something. But that's not how it goes. I think it's more like, well, Rembrandt used to paint this, like underpainted first, and then he would go over the top with the things. And it's like, oh, so we just do what this guy did 100 years ago. Like, I want to speak to his teacher and see what they said to do.
It's as well something that kind of bothered me throughout uni, and I mean, I feel like I haven't got a place to say this, but like the level of quality that the art that gets you into uni, like the level of quality people had was just terrible. Like some people couldn't draw, and I'm like, you feel like you need to be able to draw. I know some things, like when you go into uni, like
to uni for
before university was like the highest thing you could achieve. Like,
but now it's like they're going like, oh, what's that? Another 30 grand's worth of debt? Yeah, you can get in.
You're just a pay pig
now. Oh,
now.
You passed. I passed. Mum, I passed art, even though you're shit. Yeah, even though I'm shit. I'm going to get a 30 grand debt though for it, but I'll at least learn art, won't I? Then I'll be able to get an art job, won't I? And they'll be like, yeah, I think maybe. I don't know. Have you looked at like with the transfers
have you checked
afterwards?
The art factory?
Yeah, the art factory. Are you going to just do like the same bit of red rose on every freaking watering can or whatever? Yes. So I think a masterclass is different though. Like a masterclass is like you can already paint and you go and pay this guy to like learn his like skills to paint. Like David Cassan was doing them. You know, that guy I showed you the other day, like doing hands and that, and his mum, and posts the same photo of his mum over and over again.
Yes, he's like,
it's an awesome painting.
He's
though.
really good.
But he was doing them. Like he's doing like a course where you can go and learn. But it's a lot of money. I think he's got like it's kind of like a I can't remember how much it was now. It was a decent amount of money though to go and like do his thing.
And he'd vet you, kind of like.
I don't know if he would vet
Right.
you, but like it's like I think it's unlikely that someone who's just learning to paint is going to go to his thing.
Well, you get people who've got more money than sense, haven't they? And
You
it's like,
do.
oh, I'll just instantly like because I've paid more money, I'll level up quicker or something.
So what do you think though about that thing? Do you think it's fair, or do you think it's just like a money grab thing?
I think I'd want to know. I think it'll case by case. Like I'm more inclined to believe like the 2 to 3 hour session will be more worth it than the 6-week course. Because what the f are you going to learn on a 6-week course?
I think on them courses they tend to have like people into like so you're getting hold of machines and tattooing and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's up to you. Do what you want in it. But I think like there's enough like you can learn without paying for this stuff. I just send you pictures to us, right? And I'll tell you that it's fucking shit. I'll just go, yeah, mate. I wouldn't bother if I was you. I won't say that. I'd never say that. I have actually said that to one bloke.
Oh God, really?
Yeah, it's kind of brutal. But like, he's a friend now, and I've told him many times that like I was wrong since. But like, that's kind of brutal. It was very early on, very early on. When I'd only been tattooing for like 6 weeks or something. And he's like, oh, I've brought these pictures in to like show the other guy. And I'm like, oh, okay, he's not in today, but like I can have a look at them for you if you want. And I'm like, oh yeah, I don't know, mate. I would maybe just like, I can't remember what I said. I hope I didn't say just quit, but I might have then.
Oh God, was the bad like?
They weren't great, but it's like mine were worse than them before I started. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, who am I to say that?
Yeah.
I think anyone can learn it. You just have to love it enough and obsess over it and want to. You can't force yourself to. People try and force themselves, and you can't force yourself to be good at it. You've got to want it. If you want it, you'll get it. Basically,
I used to think I forced myself to do it, like to learn.
Well, so
things.
many people do though. Like so many people do that.
Yeah.
And I think you probably still do a bit, don't you? Or do you not? Like, so when you're learning that piano thing, are you going home and going like, right, I must practice this thing? Or are you going, I want to practice this thing?
It's a want.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So you'll get it.
Yeah.
That's like, it's way faster.
But
like
so sometimes with art, it was kind of in the transition period when I was in uni, and like my art was going through a kind of a level up puberty thing. I was like forcing myself to draw, like to learn anatomy and like drawing figure drawing, even though I thought it was boring and crap, to like try and absorb it into my brain.
Yeah, see, that's going to be, you're going to learn stuff from it. But it's like, imagine if you were like, you've f***ed it off for a while, and then eventually you come round to that and you're like, oh, I really want to learn this now. Then it's going to be fascinating and fun, and it'll take like 2 days worth of like learning instead of 6 months or whatever.
The thing that I learned most at uni, the best thing for me art at uni was life drawn. That was so good. I love doing that. It's like, it's weird at first, obviously, because it's a naked person in the middle of the room, and one of them.
Do you get to just draw the dick if you want? If that's
Someone did.
Really?
Yeah, there was this like, I mean, you know, she had short blue hair and big glasses, and she was fat, and every.
I'm not judging her, by the way.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, she's going to do some.
But I've decided everything about her already, but I'm not judging it.
She had this like avant-garde.
I know what a bedroom looks like.
She had this like avant-garde take on like life drawing, and she'd just draw these really zoomed in pictures. Like the pieces of paper were like, you know, the big ones, and she'd just draw zoomed in pictures of their genitals and tits and nipples, and I'm like,
stop watching porn.
Yeah, like yeah, it's like you're trying to be like, oh, I'm so distinguished.
Look how edgy I am because I've got blue hair.
I'm trying to like destigmatize genitals. It's like you've probably got porn addiction, haven't you, or something?
Probably. Just go and have brush your teeth, right, when you get home. Have a bath, right? And that's not everyone with blue hair, by the way. If you've got blue hair, brush your teeth. If you've got, I'm not saying you haven't brushed your hair if you've got blue. I mean, you haven't brushed your teeth if you've got blue hair, but like, you could go and brush them again just in case.
Yeah. Clean your mirror.
Yeah, wash your mirror. Wash the spots off your mirror, please. What else is there to talk about? I think I'm bored of that one.
Okay. I'll give it a big tick then.
I I feel like we had more to say about it, but I'm not like, I don't care now. I cared the other day we were thinking about that, but now I don't care.
Because I thought there was another aspect of it to talk about.
There probably is that I've already forgot.
Uni.
So should I just grab that off you? We haven't wrote anything in this for a while, have we?
No, because I had hidden it from myself.
Oh, we were slagging off people who put healed pictures on, weren't we?
Oh, well, it kind of goes into the whole impossible tattoo. It's like when someone's tattooed an impossible tattoo, they'll post
They go, look at the people go like, you never post healed for us. This is
look, it's healed.
They go, look, it's healed like shit. It's healed really good, and it's like, hang on, it's still like brown. Like the ink's still brown. It's supposed to be grey when it heals. It's still brown because it's a scab. More than 2 sessions, never more than 2 months. More than 2 sessions. Oh right. Also healed pics, and they've actually they've done this like crap thing what won't heal good. Then it's like by the time they show you the healed photo, they've actually done a sneaky second session on it.
Yes.
And it's only 2 months healed after that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like 1 year healed, I want to see it kind of thing.
Is that a good standard, do you reckon? 1 year healed is like kind of what it's generally going to look like for a while.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I would say like normally like 2 months probably is, honestly. But that's actually 2 weeks what they're showing.
Right. Because some of the impossible tattoos that I showed you did have the 2 months healed thing. Or like some of them.
Yeah, but they were actually a little bit blurry though, weren't they?
Yeah.
What's this? Pricing free tattoos Friday the 13th?
Just tattoo pricing, how much to charge. Opinions on free tattoos and Friday the 13th.
I think free tattoos are good. Depending on why.
You need the right person, don't you?
Yeah, like I think you need to be like very picky about who gets them though. Like I've put free tattoos up before where I get people who message to ask about them and yeah, just put it into our podcast. Why not? That's fine. We'll just pause it for a second while you sort that out. You've got like it's a hard thing to price up that, really.
I know. It's because it's like the time it takes, but it's a weird one. It's what we're going to talk about as well, I guess, isn't it?
There's like okay, and we're back then, because we just got interrupted by Jo, who she does this stuff. Don't worry about her. She's all right. We like her, but she's a fucking nightmare. I'm only saying that because she's over there. Yeah, how much to charge for a helmet painting? She's going to paint a helmet. It's not like a dick helmet. Do you know what I mean? It's a actual like head helmet.
I bet no one thought of dick helmet until you said
did, man.
that.
They
no,
did.
They did.
JJ did. Easy. He loves a good helmet, like. And he's actually... I'm in a bike helmet, though. Right, what we're talking about? Prices. Yeah, so this is the same... I guess, yeah, okay, that does lead into the tattooing question. Because it's like, how much are you going to charge to paint some thistles on this helmet? Mm-hmm. And, like, some quotes and stuff. And it's like, if it was something that you do all the time, you can give a realistic hourly rate, can't you?
Yes.
But as you don't do it all the time... If you were to do an hourly rate, you're going to be paying like this premium for this thing that's like not kind of worth it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And the same with tattoos. So like, it's kind of weird having like some apprentices could have an hourly rate of, let's say, like, just pick a random number, like £50 an hour. But it takes them 7 hours to do like a tattoo that should take 1 hour.
Yeah.
So it ends up being like 5 times as much as it should be. That was not how maths works, but you know what I mean? Like way more than it should be if like an artist who knows what they're doing. So I would like to say, if the quality's there, you could see, like, have someone who does know about how long things take or should take or whatever, and have it somewhere around there. Mm-hmm. So, like, what would be a fair price for that if someone who was doing it as an hourly rate, a fair hourly rate for the quality that it comes out as, and then make it around there. So what I've been doing with your tattoos for customers, when it's like I'm coming up with a price, I'll figure, like, how long it should take, how long that would cost it, like a full price thing, and then knock a little bit off because you're a fucking noob.
Yeah.
But it's not, your quality's not like low. It just takes long. Yeah. That's all.
To be fair, every time because I always like ask you for help for pricing when the customer wants to pay. But like when you say the price, it's usually the price I had in my head anyway. Yeah. But I don't want to like...
That's a weird thing to say. Just do it on instinct. Just like, yeah, that feels like it should be 150.
But I've been right every time as well.
Yeah, I think it needs to be a fair price, but quality comes into it. I don't think the time necessarily needs to come into it when you're like figuring out prices early on, though. It's like like, and some studios do this, with their apprentices as well. They'll be like, oh, well, it's went over a certain amount of time, so, and it's like, no, I'm going for a certain amount of quality, not a certain amount of time. It's like if it takes you 7 hours to do the 1 hour tattoo, then sweet, whatever.
Yeah.
But you're still going to pay for the 1 hour one.
Yeah.
Because it's what the finished piece is worth, I think. But free tattoos, we're going to talk about free tattoos, weren't they?
Mm.
I think free tattoos have got a place. Like, especially when you want to, like, get people interested, or you've got a piece you want to do and you want to post or something like that, a portfolio piece or something like that.
Mm.
But there's a lot of vultures when the word free gets mentioned.
Yeah.
So you've got to be careful about vultures. Like, I've had some people who, they come out every time there's a free tattoo posted, like, oh, I'll come and get it. And I'm not going to give it to you. When you, like, messed us over before.
Mm.
Like, if you've messed us over or you've, like, booked in for something like that and then cancelled last minute and been awkward about it, or had a complaint about something that was awkward, or, you know what I mean? If you've been, like, a bad person, you don't get the free tattoo. The free tattoo is almost like a gift. And not like we're getting something from it, though. Like, you're not just handing out free tattoos willy-nilly. It's like there is a payment kind of...
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you're getting paid by getting the ability to advertise something if you wanted and you weren't going to be able to otherwise.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But you've got to be careful. Like vet the people, basically. Like,
yeah.
And you can see when they don't care. Like, the ones who are just getting it because they don't care. They just want it free and they're just like, yes, get in. Something free, I'll have it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they'll complain. They'll have a complaint. They'll go away and start slagging you off to people. Like, you don't want that person. They don't deserve the free one.
Yeah.
Like, the people who tend to get my free ones are the people who I know would pay full price.
Uh-huh.
Like, a lot of the people who get my free ones give me a tip. Sometimes that's the same price as the tattoo would have been. Like, them's the people who deserve it. And I'm not saying you have to. Like, if it's free, innit? But you've got to be careful about that. And the Friday the 13th tattoos, I think that's like if you like to draw little tattoos like that and you want to do that, like, game, then by all means play the Friday the 13th game. But it can attract a lot of vulture people as well, who just want that thing today because it's cheap, and they're just like, oh, it's cheap, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
Oh, where have you getting your tattoo done? Oh, yeah, I got it down there because he's proper cheap.
Yeah. It's like a fun traditional thing with tattooing as well, isn't it? It's like a thing.
It's a thing, yeah.
Yeah. But I've seen, like...
It's a move.
Like 666, remember, do a Friday the 13th tattoos, but they charge like 31 quid for like a bit bigger ones kind of thing. It's a bit different.
Is that...
Yeah.
It's
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Like, I'd like to do a Friday the 13th thing one day.
Yeah, but you charge it how much?
Oh, 13
130 quid?
No, I'd charge...
Friday the 130th, is it? Friday the 31st, is it? If you're doing the thing, do the fucking thing, Bez. I bet he's not even doing it anyway. It'll just be all of his minions who have to do it.
Like, I think it could be fun. And plus, like, is it good publicity for the studio?
It can be.
Yeah.
Like, but then it's like, I think 10 years ago, yeah. But it's like now, I don't know, it's the same. Now it's kind of like, because, we had that guy who came in here, I tattooed him, right, for a paid tattoo, full price. And he came in, he asked to see if he can come in at 12 o'clock instead of 11, because he was booked in for his, like, £13 tattoo down the road. So he went there once ever. He's been to me every time, then goes there for that one tattoo, and he has no intention of ever going back there again. Then he comes to me and gives me full price again because he wants quality for this thing.
Yeah.
He wanted a It's Coming Home. They were doing It's Coming Home tattoos for, like, cheap or free or something to drum up business for the studio. And this guy went there, got one, then came here and gave me money. It's like, I don't know if it works now.
Yeah.
It probably does a bit, but not the same
will
as when...
in some capacity. I think it will.
Yeah. I don't think it's the same though. Like, you have a queue outside your door of Friday the 13th people who never come back to you. Mm-hmm. Like, they'll go to you for that one tattoo, then go straight back to their normal artist. Like, the idea with it is that you get people who become your customers. Mm-hmm. But I guess that depends on how you treat them as well.
Because they could come in and it's like really chill and everyone's friendly, and they see some like design. If you've got like design or flash on your walls, and be like, oh, I actually want that as well, and I'll come back later to get it.
When's the next in, like? It's not today because it's the 14th.
Oh, doesn't that mean it's going to be ages?
At least a yonk.
At least
one
one
God, what's
yonk.
up with my mic?
Wednesday, May.
May. Do you want to do it like for May?
I'd like to do that for May, yeah.
It's kind of weird with them cartridge needles as well, because like the tattoo ends up being like you're actually taking a loss at £13.
Oh shit! Yeah.
£13 maybe was all right when tattoo supplies were like reasonable, but now that they're mental and it's like a fucking £5
How
for a
much
glove.
is it for the chain hawk cartridges?
It's a £5 for one glove now.
Glove.
No, it's not actually. It's like more. I used to joke about it being like, because you go through a lot of gloves because I keep changing them to like touch things and that. Well, yeah, it's like 10 pence a set, but it's not now. Now it's like 30 pence a set or something, which is not that much really.
Because the cartridges are like 35 quid for 20, aren't they? Or this is 10.
I know they used to be 30 quid for 10, but I don't know if they went down.
Because that would mean they're like 3 quid each.
Yeah, so there'll be at least 3 quid each now, let's say. So if you're using 2, you're on 6 quid for that.
But then you've got your
Then
gloves.
you on your like quid's worth of gloves. Then you've got your ink. Adds about another like, quid on or
then
something.
you've got the hustle butter, the stencil.
It's going to be about a tenner.
God.
For your £13 tattoo. So you're making 3 quid.
Well, maybe it could be like a coil experiment. And then if coils.
Or use the old type mash needles. They're a bit cheaper, like.
Because it could be like just an experience thing as well.
Could be. I think, but like, I guess the point isn't to get every single customer as your new customer.
Yeah.
And like I say, it depends on how you treat them, doesn't it? If they've had a great time with you, they get to slag off in that. And I'm obviously bleeping that out, Anna, so it doesn't matter. I can say it if I'm bleeping it out.
No one knows what
And
we're
don't
saying.
think it's the other word, right? Because we're not even saying that.
I mean, they can see your lips moving.
They can't, because I say, every time I say it down there, so you can't even see it. See, I just beeped all that out and you have no idea what I said, do you? But it's true, though.
There's no watching this.
If you can see your lips on there, I'm definitely censoring them lips, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you get a joke about all that kind of stuff, they might be like, "Oh, this is way better than my tattoo was doing." Is it? Oh God!
People
I
are going
wish
to be
we were allowed
watching
to
this
just
like,
not.
what the
I
fuck are they
think
talking
he's
about?
saying that. Well, I'm not saying that actually. I'm saying fucking actually. So you'll not even know. And if you've guessed right, congratulations, you're not one.
Comment down below if you
Comment down below if you think it's right. Let's stop with that now because it's silly. It's silly to have that many bleeps.
Yeah.
I'm bored of that subject now. What next? Tattooing standard over the years. Oh, like how the quality of it.
Mm.
We're
Like
running
how
out
they
of
just-
notes, and like this might be the last episode. This.
Because they used to just not even stencil it on, didn't they? They used to just
Yes, they
tattoo
didn't,
it
yeah.
straight away.
I forgot the guy's name now. There's loads of them used to do that though. But Brent was talking about some guy. He was like, he got tattooed when he was like 90 odd. And he's like, oh, I don't know if I should do it now. I can't really see. He's like, I'm not bothered, mate. He's like, I just want you to do it. And he's like, okay, I'll see if I can find the stencil. He's like, no. I want it like how you used to do it.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, okay. And he just like did like this thing just straight on with the tattoo machine. Just a little like design on his wrist it was.
Mm-hmm.
SS I think it might have been, but not that kind of SS. Not that kind. I think it was like Sailor. I'm forgetting the fucking bullshit now. Something like that. But it was like he wanted them to do it without drawing it on. But there's like some guys used to be like, right, you're getting a rose. I fancy doing a rose next. So it's like, just straight on with the rose. And they were all right, I guess, in a way.
Mm.
But I think like the quality has increased a lot. I think back then it was people who would dare do tattoos.
Yeah. It's like
Um,
art now, isn't it, really?
Or like, when it was loads of Hells Angels, they're like, right, Dave, you can draw. You're the tattooist.
yeah.
And it's like, no, yeah.
You've drawn once.
You've drawn once, right? So yeah, you're the tattooist now. Or like I say, it's people who, and there used to be a lot of beef with studios. So
Alright.
to open another studio, you were risking beef with the one that was nearby. And there's a few towns like around here even where like studios would get burnt out.
Right.
Like if a new studio opens within 2 weeks, it's burnt out because the one that's established there.
Didn't that happen in Sunderland recently? Didn't that happen to
I'm
like
not sure.
Stacey's studio or something?
Really?
I could be like completely bullshitting, but I thought a tattoo studio in Sunderland got its windows put in like last year.
Oh, Josh's mate, who he used to work for, he has that happen occasionally, but he takes people's money and doesn't tattoo them, so it's like
Yeah, that's
he probably deserves it, really.
Mhm.
But yeah, it used to be like that. Like, it used to be quite cutthroat, I guess. So you had to be a hard cunt to be able to even open a studio.
Yeah.
And that and artistic stuff very rarely overlapped. Like, obviously sometimes it will have, but not every time. But the more artists started doing it, they made way for more artists to start doing it. Then it's like, eventually they're just like, oh, like they're not, it's like some like soft person opens a studio and they're like the Bernie Outie guys just like, oh, it's like they're not even in the game. Like, it's almost like something spiritual stops them. It's like they're not allowed to go and burn this one who's just like an innocent person. It's like they have to be like naughty to be able to have their studio burnt out or something. So they don't. Then it's just like, oh, well, if they can open, then we can open. Then if they can open, we can open. And then more artists start to come in, and then the quality starts to increase.
Do you know when that kind of like started to happen?
I think probably before I started, honestly. But I think like since I've started, it went like way up. But now it's kind of got to like a weird peak thing. And I think maybe it goes back down. I always have predicted this, that it would go like underground eventually again.
Right.
Like that it would go better and better and better. Then it starts to attract people who think they're artists, who are like, you know, like the entitled people who think that like, no, this is how I do my art. And it's like, that's not going to stay in the skin, by the way. And then like, no,
it's
you don't
style.
know art. This is my style kind of thing. You're the droppy out style, is it? Normally, lasses.
Is it really?
Honestly, yeah. But not always. But it's like entitled. It's entitled people that end up doing that kind of stuff. And they won't let like... they won't listen. But I've found that it's blokes that don't listen mostly. But it's not... It's the delicate thing. You get customers who want this really delicate tattoo, and it's like... Traditionally, you'd have some bloke sitting there with tattoos on his face going like, no, that won't stay like that. You've got to get it like this. And then they're like... Okay, then they get it and hate it. Yeah. But now there's some lass doing it like all delicate. I'll do the delicate one then. All right, you won't do the delicate tattoo first. I'll fucking learn how to do it then. I'll do it then. And then she goes doing these delicate tattoos that all fall out. But people are going to buy it. Like them fucking like tiny single line faces that them Korean people are doing. It's like, mate. Yeah. Come on, man. So I think that'll happen. It'll go back down again. But it's kind of weird. At the moment, it's like you don't stand out by being good anymore.
Yeah, I've noticed
it's been like that for a while. Like being good. Like when I was starting, being good was just, that was enough. You could be good and people are like, wow, this guy's good. Look at this. Like there's people who were like, they didn't know what a good tattoo was, seeing it and going like, wow, there's something way better about this guy. And it's like they can tell because the quality's jumped so much. But now it's like there's so many people who are phenomenal at it. There's also a lot of digital, what do you call it? Enhancement going on, which makes it look like you can get blacker than it can go, and whiter than
like
it can go.
Like the bump the saturation up kind of thing and the contrast.
Yeah. Or some people even go and like fix the lines, you know what I'm saying? Like I would look at mine and it's not joined. They'd go and join the line on like Photoshop or something. And I've done that. But I mean, I've played with it. And then I'll play with it and be like, yeah, okay. Undo, then post.
Right, yeah.
I would never post it like that because it's like, I know if I post it like that, I've got mates who would just call me out.
Right.
So it's like, I could never do it. Not that I want to, but I'm the mate who would call you out also. And I think they're important.
Yeah,
but these entitled, delicate people, they don't want that.
Like they won't call you out on it because they do it.
Yeah. But I mean, like, or you call them out on it and they go and cry for 3 hours or something, and then it's like you're like a.
You get cancelled.
Yeah. But I really value that honesty, But I'm honest with myself as well. You know, if I'm doing something bullshit, I normally know.
It almost gets like I'll be scrolling through Instagram and I follow loads of mint tattoo artists, and it's like they're so good that I just scroll past them. You know what I mean? Yeah, because it's just like yawn, or you spend 18 hours on that piece, did you? Then you see someone do something interesting or different and you're like, wow, that's cool. Yeah. Look at this cool thing. I think that's one of the problems. It's not a problem, obviously, because it's like so many people want the same tattoo, but I'm just like, I'm over like tattoos of lasses' faces. Yeah. It's like, oh, you do it smooth, yeah, and cool. You just end up looking like you're just one of those same people. I'd rather see someone doing the thing they like, not the thing that you learned how to do really well. So I really care about that more. What do you think gets you popular now? If it's not, I mean, obviously it's skill, always, but like, do you think there's like a gimmick, or do you have to be different, or?
I think it's going to come to just be yourself, right?
Yeah.
And the people who like that, there's loads of people who's going to be the same, or who like your crack or like your way, and then they'll come to you, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But the more you are yourself, the more you're going to find your people, I think.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the thing. Maybe those people even are being themselves. Maybe they're just fucking boring. They're just like, I love going to the gym and fucking tattooing lasses and lions with crowns on. And then they're in the gym and they're going like, I've got a car, outside and a watch. And they're going, hurts, lifting this stuff. And all these guys are like, wow, this guy's like a god. Mate, where do you get your amazing, like, boring tattoos from? And he's going to go, I do them, bro. They're going like, wow, do you talk about lasses and football while you do them? Yeah. How much is it? £1,000 an hour. Yeah, I'll pay. Will I get to brag up that I paid £1,000 an hour to me mates? Yeah.
You can play shit music as well? Yeah.
What kind of music are you playing? Shit music. What kind of music is that? Sam
Radio.
Fender. Do you listen to Sam Fender while you're tattooing? Yeah. Do you have these especially screamy songs on like Dan does all day long? Yeah. Get in. I don't know if Dan's ever got like anyone like that in, has he? He does listen to Sam Fender and it irritates me though, but I've got nothing against Sam Fender, but I can't listen to his music.
You just want Sam Fender to be himself, don't you?
Yeah, just Sam. Look, bro. I know you don't like that music, even though Dan thinks you do, right? Just say cunt in your songs, right?
You don't have to if you don't want to.
You don't have to, yeah, unless you don't want to, in which case, don't. Obviously, don't listen to me, I'm just some f***ing cunt. We need to do that. We do need to do like a clip, don't we? We're going to do a clips channel, right? Of me just ranting. Thanks, I didn't rant for like 1 hour straight.
You were skipping through the podcast like file the other day and it's just random like, I don't care if you're 100 years old. It's like so out of context.
Yeah, so what we're saying, be yourself. But I don't know, like I think, so we've got spaces to tattoo, by the way, guys. And we're doing something different. Look, podcasting and that. So come and get tattooed by us, please. Sophie's got loads of spaces.
I do.
She just legit has loads of spaces. Loads of spaces.
Loads of spaces. It'd be good to do like a...
But she's attracting like her kind of people, so only retards, please. I will. That's bannable.
You cannot say that word.
Can you not?
No.
Oh well.
Only slowing the minds.
Only smooth brains.
I don't think you can say that either.
I just want to say all the words, please. Can I just say all the words? Or I'll get Tourette's if I'm not allowed to say all the words. And then I'll end up saying them all more.
Do you think it'd be good to do like a podcast where it's like...
Just offensive stuff?
No. Like there's someone getting tattooed. And no, I already hate the idea as it was forming in my brain. Let's
not do that.
Like I was thinking of you with tattooing and I was like recording and like we could talk about it after or something.
Well, when me and Alan started doing some of these things and we did a little bit of that, like he's interviewing my client as I'm tattooing and she's answering questions and stuff. She enjoyed it though.
Oh, okay.
But afterwards I'm just like, nah, I'm not into that. We also did one where, this is while I was trying to find out what I wanted to do. We did one... We've tried a few times, honestly. This is not like the first go. We did the Thanditten podcast, which was just us talking shit and having fun, because I realised I didn't want to try too hard, and I wanted to learn it. And that's basically us learning podcasting, and I still love it. I still think it's f***ing hilarious. But we didn't even consider that people might get offended at any of the stuff. We just thought if they get offended, they'll just not listen. So there's so much stuff on there that would just get banned now. But some of them ones are my favourite episodes, man. They're so funny. But then we tried one where we're sitting in front of the camera trying to talk, and we're trying to like write script for it almost, and like we'll talk about this, and we'll like, hey guys, what's going on? Like have an intro and all this bullshit, and I'm just watching back to it being like, cringe. Like I know for a fact I won't look back at this and cringe ever.
Right.
I'll always just know that this is who I was right now.
Not even the song.
Not even that. I'll not even cringe at that now. Because I know that I was just legit being me on that day because I thought it was hilarious on that day.
Yeah.
Where if I look back at that one I tried to record then, it's kind of like, mate, just chill out. Just be yourself. You know, I'm even saying that to me, and that's why we didn't like finish it. And then I tried that one where like I'm interviewing my client, It's like, well, Alan's interviewing my client while she's getting tattooed. And afterwards, I'm going to do a breakdown of the tattoo and stuff like that. And I like hated that. Because again, I'm sat in front of the camera going like, trying to be like upbeat or something like, and it's like, look, bro, first of all, don't shave if you've got long hair. You look like a if you do that. I didn't actually. No, I didn't. I might have. Just be yourself is the thing. I could just see that I'm trying too hard because I wanted to do it. Like I've wanted to do it for ages, but it's like you can't try too hard because it looks so obvious. Then there was another one that we tried, which I hope I've got the things for somewhere because that one was really good. It was like it was supposed to be Alan's interviewing me client, and then he's going to interview me. And he interviewed me client like downstairs. There's some clips of me tattooing and stuff like that. Then he interviews my client downstairs and he's like, oh, so what made you decide to come to Thanks? And Richard thought it was all serious. So he's like, oh, well, I was at London Convention and I saw him do his work there. And it goes on like this. And he's like giving like realistic things. And it was a really good camera angle and really good lighting and everything like this. And then it cuts to me and I'm just like, I've got like 2 sets of glasses on and that's like I take 1 set of shades off and I've still got some underneath. And he's like, so what made you like decide to do this? And I'm just like, it's just money in it. Which is not the truth, but it's like I'm just taking the piss out of me and the whole thing. Like it just came over me when I started doing that, and I'm like, this, something stupid or something where I'm just having a laugh or being me was fun. So I would like to do that, and I would like to do some more of that kind of thing, like just sketches that are like jokey things. It's almost like a day in the life or something. I hope I can find that. I don't know if I've got it on any memory card though. Alan might have it though, but I've asked him about it already, and he didn't get back to us because he's got a girlfriend now. And he's one of them people who, when he gets a girlfriend, it's all about the girlfriend now. So he can't be out with his mates.
Was he whipped?
I don't know if he's whipped, but I think he's just,
I thought that's what being whipped is.
He's in love, isn't he?
Oh.
He's in love.
That's nice, though.
So he's not going to hang out with his mates anymore because he's so in love. All right, mate. That's fine. I would like to do more of that kind of thing, though. But yeah, I think to stand out, though, in tattooing, you literally have to just be you and you'll automatically do something weird or different. Yeah. But it's like there's loads of people who've got this weird thing they don't do or don't know how to do that would attract people, but they don't think it would. But attracting people also repels people, doesn't it? So it's like us doing this and saying this kind of stuff. Some people are going to fucking love it and some people are going to fucking hate it. And there's not going to be many people who are just like, I don't will get many people who consistently watch this who are just like, it's something to watch, isn't it? Like, it's going to be people who watch it because they're outraged. And they're like, here, mate, have you going to listen to what this guy's saying on there? And then they're going to be like, that's it, report. And then you're going to get some people who are like, yes.
He's talking about again.
Someone saying the thing that I want to say. I've had some people, I forgot who they were now, though. They'd said, like, it's refreshing. We said this on one of the earlier podcasts, didn't we? They said it was refreshing to watch someone just, like, be themselves. It's, like, unscripted, like, actual, just, real crack, not just like censored I censor and stuff. Or scripted just because that's what's supposed to happen now.
Scripted just kills it.
Yeah.
So bad.
What else you want to talk about, like?
Dinner,
mate.
I'm dreading the food episode, like.
The food episode? What? Oh, we've done a bit of that anyway, haven't we?
Well, it's like trickling in.
Well, I think that's better anyway.
Okay.
Well, I have had an experiment that I've been doing since I've been eating like crap. I'm back off it now because I got a tooth thing come back again. I've got a hole in my tooth that needs like dentisting really. But it's like dentists are the same as tattooists, aren't they? There's some who are good, some who are shit, some who are shit who think they're good, and some who think they're good and who are shit. No, that's the same thing. Someone who think they're shit and who are good. And it's like, I want the one who's really good at it and who loves it. I was going to that woman. She used to work she was like some German woman who used to listen to classical music. And she was mint.
Right.
She loved it. She loved everything about it. And it was like a life dream. And she's just done it for like a whole life. And then she's retired now. And then I got this like, Indian woman afterwards, just like, right, there you go, you're done. And I'm like, oh, that actually feels a bit high. And then I go back the next day and have it like filed down a bit because she did it wrong. And I'm like, that other one would have never done that. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, right, I'm quitting there. Then I went to a different place. And I was talking to her about like food and how the toothache comes if I eat bad things and it goes if I don't. And I was on about avoiding oxalates. And she's like, oh, wow, that's really interesting. Wow, that's really interesting. Then it's like, right, so I've put this thing in, a temporary fill-in, and I've put like this calcium oxalate in. I'm like, literally just told you I was avoiding that, and you injected it into me tooth, man. It's like, what the are you on about? At least say it, man.
Yeah.
So she's out as well. Now I don't know whether there's a good dentist.
If you've got any dentist recommendations,
Yeah, recommend any dents to like. But yeah, I've been eating crap, so as you can see, I'm now fat again.
you get fat very quickly.
I do, don't I? Bloat. It's just bloat. It's just pure bloat. Oh, someone slagged me beard off.
Who?
It's fucking mint, this beard, man. I know it's weird, right? I know it's a bit Muslimy, right? But
It would be mint if like you didn't have if you had the moustache.
no, mustaches are fucking man.
Mustaches are mint. I love mustaches.
Nah, they're not like. Do you like kissing them? Because you get all the bristles in your fucking teeth and that. You wish Jordan had a mustache.
He hasn't got a mustache, so have I got that to look forward to?
Yeah, is he gonna when he finally hits puberty and can grow one? Yeah, someone slagged me fucking beard off. I don't care, obviously. I don't even care. I don't even care what you think about me beard. I bet you've got a fucking short back and sides, man. You're gonna start a haircut and you're gonna slag my Muslim beard off,
Start a
man.
haircut.
Be yourself. If you want a fucking Muslim beard, bro, just grow one. Anyway, when I've got a Muslim beard on and I go to the raw milk place, you see them Muslim people smiling at me. They think you are infidels and they think I'm fucking mint. They're just like, all right, brother. And I'm like, salam alaikum. Walaikum salam. I can say that, right? Because I've learned that. I learned, right, when I was in Iraq, because I went to Iraq for a bit. Not another day. I was in the army. Beautiful city, untouched. That's a Jim Jeffries joke, of course. And it had been touched by bombs. Yeah, we learned some Arabic. I learned salam alaikum and walaikum salam. That's how you say hello to each other.
I like how you do it in your own accent as well.
Yeah. Well, that's my actual Arabic accent.
It's not going to be pronounced like that.
Yeah, because I'm not going to say that actually. Anders was telling me about that when I was in Norway and I was pronouncing the words and he's like, oh, you've got to pronounce it like this, otherwise you sound like an Indian guy with a British accent. And I'm like, oh, right, okay, yeah, sweet, I'll just say how you say it then. But yeah, and I also learned that Jundi means soldier. Jundi, that's soldier. And Bint means woman.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Is that where it comes from?
I guess so. So it's not even offensive, Bints. Look, Bints. I'm just speaking in Arabic, Bints. What's wrong? So if any of you Bints is taking offence, I'm just speaking Arabic because I've got a Muslim beard, bro. So I'm not censoring Bints, right? Right, see you later, Bints.
Bye.